Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Islah. I am from 5C class of English Education Department, State Islamic University of Sultan Syarif Qasim Riau. In this video, I wanna tell you about my assignments of research and development. The title that I present here is Survey Designs. Survey research designs are procedures in quantitative research in which investigators administer a survey to a sample or to the entire population of people to describe the attitudes, opinions, behaviors, or characteristics of the population. And when do you use survey research, and how did survey research develop? Using survey research to describe trends such as community interest in school-bound issues or state or national trends, and then using survey research to determine individual opinions about policy issues. And the next, what are the types of survey designs? There are two types about the survey designs. The first one is cross-sectional survey design. It means that the researcher collects data at the one point in time. And the second one is about longitudinal survey designs. It means that involves the survey procedure of collecting data about trends with the same population, change in a cohort group or subpopulation, or change in a panel group of the same individuals over time. There are three types of longitudinal survey designs. The first one is trend studies, and the second one is about cohort studies, and the last is about panel studies. Next, it's about how do you conduct an interview survey. When interview surveys are used, researchers need to establish rapport and gain the confidence of the interview. This often requires training for the interview, attending to issues and the process of interviewing, and using an interview guide. And then, what are potential ethical issues in survey research? Ethical issues in survey research involve engaging in good practices. Often, survey research is examined by institutional review boards. During that data collection, attention needs to be given to using appropriate incentives and delivering on benefits guaranteed. The survey data collection procedure cannot put data collectors at risk for their safety. Safety applies to the respondents or participants as well. Confidentiality of their responses need to be protected, along with minimizing links between data respondents and participants. ID links to responses can be an effective means of protecting the individual identity. Also, the researchers has an obligation to destroy survey instruments after the conclusion of the study. The next, what are the steps is conducting survey research? There are some of the types of it. The first one is decide if a survey is the best to use, and the second one is identify the research questions or hypothesis, and the third one is identify the population, the sampling frame, and the sample. And the fourth types is Determine the survey designs and data collection procedures. And the fifth, about develop, locate, and instrument. And the sixth, about analyze the data to address the research questions or hypotheses. And the last is about write the report. Okay, next, how do you evaluate survey research? A good survey study includes the identification of the population and the sample contains an adequate size sample systematically derived employs a cross-sectional or longitudinal design, specifies and instrument and includes sample questions. Determines whether scores from them will likely be reliable and valid. Uses appropriate data analysis procedures to answer the questions or hypotheses, and is written acknowledging ethical issues and using a standard structure. I think enough for my explanation about the survey designs. I hope you understand about it, and I'm so sorry for my weaknesses. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.